Hello. I wrote my paper on how foster care affects the sociological aspects of a child. My name is Chelsea McCarrick, and I am a senior as an elementary education major. How does foster care affect the children that pass through? In 2012, the Adoption and Foster Care Analysis and Reporting System reported there were 399,496 children in foster care. Out of the 6.2 million referrals for foster care, only 399,496 were placed into foster care. The Code of Federal Regulations defines the foster care as a 24-hour substitute for children outside their homes. Children are placed into different types of home settings, such as relative and non-relative care, group homes, institutions, and pre-adoptive homes. For years, social scientists have been concerned about the lives of children due to foster care. Child protection services, foster care, or adoption services did not take their modern form until 1974 when the Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act was passed. The outline of my paper is of foster care and racial disparity, foster care and sexual behaviors, and foster care and relationship building with peers and adults. Foster care and racial disparity. According to national data, roughly 37% of children in foster care are African American, despite the fact that African American children only make up 15% of children living in the United States. Within a few more years of research, researchers have found racial disparity rates tend to be lower in areas with higher overall poverty rates, fewer educated adults, and more single female-headed households. With the vast amounts of African Americans in foster care, some children say, "Why me?" This causes the child to become withdrawn from school activities, from playing with other children in the neighborhood or in the home, from becoming comfortable with who they are. Patterns throughout countless data and research show there is more to racial disparity than thought. It is linked to age and hometown statistics. It is imperative that foster parents explain to the child that they are not the reason for his or her misfortunes. Foster care and sexual behaviors. In 1981, there is a Family Life Adolescent Act passed, which emphasizes the importance of parental guidance through issues of teen pregnancy and adolescent sexuality. Part of the act reads, "Prevention of adolescent sexuality and adolescent pregnancy depends primarily upon developing strong family values and close family ties, and programs designed to deal with issues of sexuality and pregnancy will be successful to the extent that such programs encourage and sustain the role of family in dealing with adolescent sexuality activity and adolescent pregnancy." The mean age of first intercourse in the foster group was 7.2 months younger than the comparison group, and the mean age of first conception in the foster group was 22.8 months younger than the comparison group. As you can see, the first conception rate is almost 2 years younger than the child when in a stable home. Children and adolescents often feel detached from the social side of society because they do not belong to anyone. This leads to difficulties within the interconnections. Adolescents often move into sexual relationships quickly because this is the only gateway to a steady relationship. In research, it is found women in foster care are more likely to have twice the number of sexual partners than the comparison group. When can these adolescents become comfortable with their body, mind, and self? Who provides sexual education for foster children, the caseworker, the foster parents, or the school district? Becoming a foster parent, you are obtaining guardianship of this child. It is your responsibility to provide a stable, comfortable, and educational home for this child. How will they learn about sex if you do not provide it? It is a foster parent's duty to provide children with sex education. The research has correlated that there is a higher rate of teen pregnancy because only a small portion of foster parents take time to discuss sexual education to their foster children. With a positive influence, they will be able to see the correct path they should take instead of the alternate route that leads to teen pregnancy. Foster care and relationships. Building a relationship with foster family is critical for a child in foster care. When foster children feel comfortable with their new family members, bonds begin to flourish, giving the child an opportunity in a nourishing home. Children require stability and continuity. It is imperative for foster parents to provide a welcoming home to build relationships with their foster children to help build their social skills and becoming a well-rounded person full of character. In research, it is found that many foster children have lack of social skills. Research on 137 foster care children examines the socialization subscale, which assesses the competency of social interactions with peers. 83% of the 137 foster children fell below the 25th percentile. There is a difference between being liked or accepted with your peers and having another peer befriend the child. Being liked and accepted is great for building social skills with a child in foster care, but the face-to-face contact of a friend will help a child grow tremendously. Social withdrawal is common in children in foster care. Teaching your child to befriend another child in foster care may change that child's life. Peer relationships are vital to the social growth of a child. It is what foster children need to succeed beyond the norm. Nurturing children will give them a place of comfort and stability. A foster home with stability will encourage the child to become more active in school and extracurricular activities because they are receiving attachment needs from the home. Color cannot determine your life. They may have a higher entry rate than white Americans, but this does not mean that they're any different than others. Foster parents have agreed to nurture and take care of these children with unfortunate pasts. A welcoming home is a necessity for filling the attachment void from their estranged home, which will decrease the need for sexual partners. Teen pregnancy is much higher in foster children than children with a stable home. Children with social withdrawal may only find comfort in one sexual acts. To reduce the rate of teen pregnancy, foster-parent relationships, as well as peer relationships, are vital to a child who's withdrawn, scared, and has low self-esteem. When foster children find comfort in reliable people such as family and peers, the child will begin to engage in larger relationships in hopes to build a stronger connection. Foster care gives children a roof over their heads, food to eat, and clothes on their backs. We may have provided the physical needs of the child, but what about their social needs? Are they being fulfilled?